In this section, what we're going to be covering is, like I said, sometimes clients or members aren't as pleasant as they need to be. And you need to be able to deal with that as a professional communicator as well. So we're going to go over a little section called 180-degree conflict resolution. So with 180-degree conflict resolution, it's just a concept that you can hopefully remember, a simple concept that you can remember in the heat of the moment, so you don't get caught up in creating a scenario that's going to break the relationship with the person, or it's basically a lose-lose situation. You really want to see, if at all possible, can you make a win-win scenario. So as a young coach, I had a very simple philosophy when people came and complained or they were arguing with me about something, and the philosophy was really easy: I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win this argument, whatever it is you're complaining about. If you're coming at me, I'm coming at you, and that's it. I'm going to make sure I win this argument. Figuring out a few years later that every argument I won was actually a tremendous loss. Because then all of a sudden, with broken relationships, now what happens when that person comes into the facility every day? Now all of a sudden you're going, oh crap, that person again. And it starts to become uncomfortable every time they're around. They've booked a court beside you. Now you're going, looking over your shoulder. It is a very uncomfortable thing if you start to have relationships that are very soured in your facility. What you need to do is, if we have some good conflict resolution skills, at least you can get to the point where maybe it's not going to be fully solved, but you can at least have relationships that aren't completely broken. So the 180-degree conflict resolution is, again, a pretty simple concept. So we'll have Ian comes on up here, because I'll just graphically illustrate what the 180-degree concept is. And it goes like this. This is 0 degrees. Okay, so there's some tension and some conflict. Your job is to move from here to here. Now there's no direct conflict. And finally, all the way around to, it's you and me against that thing out there. Okay, so that's the whole idea, is for you to understand, okay, I'm in the heat of battle, this person's on me, and I've got to move from this to around where we're together facing. So the first step with 180-degree conflict resolution is 0 degrees face to face. You're face to face, and now all of a sudden they're on you. Someone has come at you, they're complaining about something, and the very first image that comes in your mind, so everyone close your eyes, and here's the image. Imagine a glass wall that slides down between you and them. It's a barrier, a glass barrier that comes down between you and them. Okay? So open your eyes again. So what happens is, the moment someone's coming at you, your first visualization, the glass wall comes down. And what happens with that glass wall is, it's for you to emotionally feel that the stuff they're throwing at you is not landing on you anymore. It's hitting the wall. It's hitting the wall. It's not hitting you. In other words, you can't take it personally. If you take it personally, you're going to start to defend, you're going to start to maybe be aggressive back, or you might start to just back off and be a victim. But the glass wall means it's hitting the wall, it's not hitting you. And that's the very first point. And people have gone through this. They say, oh, that was the most important one. Someone came up and I just imagined the big glass wall coming down. And it's like, oh, okay, it saved me. Right? Because, oh my gosh, it's not comfortable at all. Now, just like we had those exercises that we just did, it is important, because once the glass wall's down and it's not pounding on you emotionally, maybe you've got a little bit of objectivity to go, okay, I'm actually going to listen to what they say. I want to hear what they're saying. A lot of it might be bluster and emotion, but I need to be able to see, maybe there's a little bit of grain of truth in there somewhere about what they're saying, or maybe there is some legitimacy to what they're saying. So somehow I need to listen to what's going on. And sometimes if you say, oh, just hold on for a moment, let me get a pen and paper, I actually want to write this down, then it shows, sometimes that will be an indicator to them. It's like, oh, okay, well, maybe they're taking note of this. Maybe it's not just nothing happening. Don't be in a rush, because it's such an uncomfortable situation when they're doing that you might be in a rush to kind of get to the solution right away. But oftentimes, people want to emotionally vent, and that's uncomfortable, because they're venting, and you're going, yeah, but that's all fine and well, but I'm the one that's the receiving end of this thing. But again, that's why you have the glass wall, because then maybe you can give them some vent time, that they can get it out, and you're just listening and taking in the information. So don't be in a rush. Don't jump in the moment that they pause and say, yeah, but this is this is the solution, or this is what it is, or this is why you're wrong, or whatever. Like, if you jump in, it's going to probably cause problems. Also, be careful about the positions you're in. So the one that you really want to avoid is them standing and you're sitting there, right? And all of a sudden it's like, right away that will heighten that posture actually promotes them being aggressive and things. So the best thing to do is to adopt whatever posture they have. Now that doesn't mean like you stand up right away like for them, except if you say, oh, could you come on over here and why don't you take a seat? And also sometimes it may help to remove them. And sometimes in public situations you can't, but if you can, say, oh, come on over here, let's sit over here and discuss this. And once you're both sitting, it's a lot easier for them to calm down and for you to deal with things. Or you may just take them off to the side and you're just going to talk to them. But that posturing is important. Same thing, don't let them sit down and you stand over them, because that's going to be uncomfortable as well. So try to adopt either both standing, both sitting. Try to adopt a posture that's going to be neutral as you're going along. So you've got the wall, you're listening a little bit, you make sure that you're not, hopefully it's not this big public row. If you can be beside them, that's less threatening than face to face. Sometimes it's not a great idea if you put your desk in between you and them. That's not necessarily conducive to it as well. So sitting beside is probably the one that diffuses things the most.